In this video, Pete is going to be installing his very first Eclisse pocket door. They're an awesome system and Pete is an awesome tradesman, so when they combine, it's going to be epic. Before we get into the video, I just need to remind you that at the end of February, there is going to be a really exciting announcement. If you're looking to get into the trade, if you want to become an apprentice, or if you just want a complete change of career, watch this space.
This is my first attempt at building a pocket door system. Everything's been really well thought out on this. It's all been prefabricated, all pre-made. Sometimes you've got to think outside the box and just come up with what you need to do to get the job done, haven't you? Hello, I'm Pete and this is Build with A&E. Now today what we're going to do, this is my first attempt at building a pocket door system. This lovely thing is made by Eclisse. Never done one before, so it's a bit of a baptism by fire. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take you through the process of assembling one of these. Just get it all open, let's see what we got. Going to have a quick look at the instructions. Looks fairly simple from what I can see. Tells you what tools you need, you know, the usual stuff. Reading it seems a bit like a flat pack like you get from IKEA. So that's all good. It's been the ruin of many weekends for me with the missus, so this should be a bit of fun. So when I'm doing stuff like this, what I like to do, just see what all the different components are that you get from this drawing here. And what I like to do is just lay everything out just so I can see what I've got, make sure everything's well organised, because you don't want to be looking for things and, you know, it just turns into a bit of a shambles otherwise. So first thing, we need to get a couple of these braces in, and this is the top rail here according to the drawing. Just need to get one of these at the bottom, front face and the back face, just to hold it all square. So I'm going to start by doing that. Now one thing I do like about this is it comes with a click system. This is the same sort of system as when you're putting up metal shelf racking or something like that. So you don't need any spanners, any screwdrivers, so that's a nice little touch. Just takes one more process out of the equation, so I like that. Over to the top rail. With the drawing it says this is located in with screws, not the click system, but that's fine. So what I always like to do when I'm doing stuff like this, always make sure you've got a tray or a container or something just so you can keep all your fixings together, because if anyone's, like I say, done flat pack furniture, they know if they just spread it all out, it just ends up turning into a mess and you don't really want that. So top tip, always make sure you keep all your fixtures and fixings in one of these so you don't lose them. So that slides on there, that locates there. Now they give you these self-tapping screws, so there's no need for pre-drilling, so that's another nice little touch. Once again, adds to the speed of the process. Second one in. Just flip her over, get the other side fixed. And then just take this, get this on the other side, so that's all ready to go. Now I'm going to start putting in the intermediate support. Once again, nice, fast, easy process. Right, so now I'm going to put the struts on the other side. Repeat the process as I've done here, but they've given us these polystyrene wedges to go in. Now I'm guessing the reason why they do this is because it helps with acoustics and all the rest of it. Obviously if you've got a lot of metal, the door being slammed against it, it's going to make a bit of a rattle, so I'm guessing that's what these are for. Next stage, we're putting the top rail on. These little lips here that are going to go into these grooves, so just got to be a bit careful sliding these in, just make sure I get them all in. Just keep going, keep going. And we've clicked in. There's a location click just here. Just push it in until it locates here. Same principle as the system here, just all clicks into place. You always know that you're getting it spot on position. Another thing you need to check, that these lips are in these grooves. You are capable of missing one, which can throw it all out. So we're good here, good here, good here, good here, and good here. So we know we're bob on. So all pre-drilled, another nice little touch. So that's all ready to go. Now I've got another one to assemble. We're going to join them together and then we'll be able to start building our stud around it, which is going to take all this framework and ready for it to get housed in plasterboard, so you'll never know it's there. Right, so we're coming to jointing the two together. They give you these struts, I'm assuming, to attach to your stud work. Now, these are quite good because they're the same principle as when you fit in sash windows. Metal strip comes out and you fix that to the wall, so it's the same sort of principle as that, just to give you some sort of relation to it. Right, so we've got it all together now. Everything's screwed up, buttoned up, ready to go. Now this means that we can get our measurements from end to end and start constructing our stud work. Right, so as you saw from the time lapse, last couple of days I've been fitting this pocket door system. I have to say it's been really simple. I mean, I came into a couple of problems. First one being I couldn't get a piece of stud work down the side there because obviously the waste pipe was in the way. We soon got over it, so what I had to come up with was timber on the back face, packers, get it all nice and level, secured through this face here. It's not going to interfere with any of the doors. It's not how it's instructed to be fitted, but sometimes you've got to think outside the box and just come up with what you need to do to get the job done, haven't you? Everything's been rock walled, ladder frame in here, and on these returns, same principle as over here. You know, wedges, plumb, get it all level, and also what it's done is it's enabled us to get a couple of pieces of plasterboard in there, so it gives you that nice seamless finish. John's just bonded this out. The trim will go here and it will just look absolutely fantastic. As you know, we always like to go the extra mile so that we can get that particular finish. Really simple to fit. Built-in cross braces meant that the parallels were all easy to do. Used my laser level to make sure everything was nil perfect for this track and obviously for these points. And hopefully should line through lovely, be nice and square. So it'll just make the doors a lot simpler to fit. So the next stage is plasterboard. We've studied all this out so it's all one level into the return on the windows. This is all ready to go. So next stage, get the ceiling plasterboarded with fireline. Get this plasterboarded and just get it all ready for the plasterer. Right guys, we're on to the next phase of fitting the pocket doors. As you can see, everything's been plastered, painted, and we're ready to start fitting our pocket doors. I'm just going to take you through it step by step. I've been having a bit of a read of the instructions. First thing, looks really simple. I think if you're a competent DIY or somebody who just wants to have a go, I don't think anyone's going to have any trouble doing this. So let's go through it and we'll see how we do. First thing, it shows us to install the brackets that the runners are going to hang on. So 140mm to the centre on the front and 120mm to the centre on the back. So let's get on with that. Okay, we're just pilot drilling now. Always important to pre-drill hardwoods. If this was a softwood, I'd pilot drill it anyway, but you might be able to get away with just going straight in. But because this is a hardwood, I'm just going to pre-drill it. Just make sure that it's not going to have any splitting or any breakout, and also it's guaranteed that you're not going to put the screws under too much tension, because there's always a chance you're going to round the screw slot off and you're going to damage the screw. So that's another reason to do it. So let's crack on. Next phase is to get the channel routed in, so let's have a look at that. Route this profile in. It's a 10x17. I think they come in two different sizes. We just happen to have the 10x17. Going to go to the bottom, set my router up, and we'll see how that goes. The spec on the drawing shows that we have to finish 5mm before the end of the front of the door. So when you look down this edge, because this is the bit that's going to meet up with the other door closing, you're not going to be able to see it, so that's the reason why we're going to end it there. Right, so 838, so 848 for the overall on this aluminium track. So get a bit of adhesive on the back of this. That's nice and flush. Next step, we're going to get the carriages assembled for the top runners. These are the carriages that are going to get set into the track. Really simple to do. It's just, I mean, I really like this system. Everything about this has just been made basically idiot proof. These are going to sit there like that. There's a threaded nut, as you can see, inset into the carriage, and all you do to height adjust it, just loosen and slacken that, and then there's a secondary bolt which locks it off. So once again, really, really easy, really, really simple. Another reason why anyone could have a go at this. Next part of it is to set the backstop that's inset into this track up here. This holds your runners. Just go like that. But one thing we have to do, we have to set a backstop. Now basically it's one of these, you'll see it when I take it down, but it sits inside the track at the back of this pocket. Once again, another nice simple thing. That just slips into this spring-loaded caliper, if you want to call it. Just keeps it where it needs to be. So I'm going to take these screws out, slot this out, get my measuring tape out, find out exactly where I want it to end up in this pocket, and just set the stop. So I'll take you through the process there. Okay, so obviously we're getting to the stage where we're fitting the doors. Now one thing I nearly forgot to do, take these well, I call them brace plates. Now the reason why these are in is just to hold everything parallel and plumb while you're fitting it. But once again, another nice little touch. I don't know if you saw in the previous video, you might have seen it on the time lapses, there was also a cross brace hooked onto these plates. Once again, it was just another little touch to keep everything parallel and square. Everything's been really well thought out on this. It's all been prefabricated, all pre-made. Start removing these screws, ready to pop the track out. This is how this system works. When it goes in, comes in, like I say, just keeps it in place. Another nice little touch. Right, so now set the stop to where I want it. Just going to slot it back in. What's going to happen is, if you look into this pocket here, it fits with screws up to this point. As soon as you go internally, it's on these runners here. So once again, nice, easy, well thought out way of doing it. Really like that. Another thing I like, you don't have to take the track down just to fit your carriages. Once again, another thing that's been well thought out. Love it. Next stage is to fit the bottom runner. Now this, as you saw earlier, we routed an aluminium track into the bottom of the door. And what happens is, this little stem here sits into the channel, which basically keeps the door from running true, so it's not swaying left and right as it goes in. So another nice little touch, once again, well thought through. You take these little uprights and these go in here. Now you've got two options. We built ours with 100mm cavity. Basically it suited our needs. If you're using a 3x2, they go in there and then the ends get trimmed off. But as I say, we don't need to do that because we're using 4-inch, so that's good. So we're just going to offer it up, mark our holes on the floor and then start drilling them. Okay, so next step, we've got the raw plugs in. Just gonna fix this down so it don't go anywhere. Get these self-drilling screws. Got a little drill head on them. Same again. As you're feeding it in, just make sure that your little bit of rail goes in. So that's looking pretty good. Obviously we've got a little bit of fine tuning to do. Then the next stage will be to fit the trim, which I'll show you what to do. So you'll see in a bit. Right, so on to the next process, which is fitting these finger pulls, because obviously when this is tucked into its pocket, you're not going to be able to get to the handle. So this is what these are for. They locate in the end of the door here. Now these are really been really well designed. Once again, always keep going on about how simple and easy to use this system is. Because what they've done is they've made it so that the face is the width of a spade bit, number 28mm, and then this is a 25 once again. So you don't have to do any complicated chiseling, you don't have to be a competent woodworker to make this work. So really like this. So I'm going to set up a time lapse and show you how I do it, and enjoy. Right, so we're on to the last process of fitting these pocket doors. Obviously what it is fitting the furniture, and it's these pull handles, well, that's what I call them anyway. Now unfortunately we haven't got a spade bit big enough nor a hole saw that's the right size, and I think that's the recommended way of doing it. So I've had to just make a router jig here, so all I've done, get a piece of scrap flooring, draw around it, cut it out with the jigsaw. So I'm going to use my mini copy router to create the hole at the correct depth. Then the hole will sit there just like that. Have a little bit of adhesive, that'll be good as gold. So let's crack on. Right, so as you can see, the pocket doors are all nice and finished. They're looking absolutely beautiful. Now they've got a bit of oil on them. As you saw before, I've taken you through the process of the metal framework, the door installation, levelling and truing up the doors, and the finishing touch, the door furniture. I have to say, I'm really pleased with the way these turned out. The clients have done a lovely job just putting a nice coat of oil. Bit of a personal favourite of mine, oiled oak, and with the bevel glass it makes it, just finishes it off absolutely fantastic. Right, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I'm Pete, this is Build with A&E. Thanks for watching.